and everyone, welcome back to the podcast Viral Voice, which our tagline is One Day or Day One. For the first time, my name is Muhammad Fahim, and today, me as your host and as your moderator, and today that we're gonna talk about discussing with new media and social media communication. And today we will talk and we're gonna analyze about Hijabistahub, a Malaysian modest fashion brand that has successfully utilized social media, especially TikTok, for you know what? For them to build their brand awareness and connect with consumer. Based on the research that I do, Hijabistahub has over 1.1 million TikTok followers. Yo, for and also they also got for 34.2 million like and more than 397 million hashtag view. Serious, bro. This impressive number demonstrates how social media has become a powerful tool in today's digital society. And today, we will discuss three major topics, which is the first one is the role of the new media in society, new media and globalization, and differences between countries and social media usage.
Hi, and thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, for actually inviting me for this podcast. I'm very delighted to actually join you in this podcast alongside with all of our panelists here. But if personally this question being asked to me, I think that the new media, right? The new media kind of like evolves in the role of our society in a good way. Well, technically, then we were talking about maybe like 20 or 30 years ago, because 10 years ago is like I don't really think it's relevant anymore. So like we only depend on media via traditional, or I would say conventional mode, which is televisions and radio, which is still here now, but that's the lesser usage of the Gen Zs now. That us these days, we will actually approach it in a way whereby it is much more convenient, which is using our phone. So Hijabistahub specifically, what I've seen is they will engage with their customers online, as well as they will actually do Q&A sessions. So there's not a waiting game kind of thing for each one of the questions, and I think that is very good initiative, so that people who are keen to buy it, they intend to just purchase it there and then. So I think that's a very good approach, as well as I think a two-way communication is developed here in a good way over some, that I would say. Yeah, that's my take on that.
Besides communication, social media also plays a major role in marketing and advertising. So that Hijabista uses several marketing strategies such as TikTok Shop, flash sales, voucher promotions, influencer collaborations, and lastly, get ready with me content. These strategies make advertisement feel more natural because consumers are watching entertainment while being exposed to products. For example, many of Hijabista's viral videos exceeded 1 million views, proving that social media can reach large audience at a lower cost than traditional advertising.
Okay. Although social media provide many benefits, it also creates several challenges for both consumer and businesses. Today, many consumers trust influencers more than traditional advertisement because influencers appear more relatable and authentic. When influencers recommend a product, followers often view it as a personal recommendation rather than a marketing strategy. For example, one popular fashion influencer collaborate with Hijabistahub and showcase their outfit through styling video or daily content. Followers may become interested in purchasing the same product. This can be highly effective in increasing brand awareness and sales. However, it may also encourage consumers to make impulsive purchases simply because they admire the influencers, not because they actually need the product. In addition, influencer marketing can create unrealistic lifestyle expectation. Influencers often present idealized version of their life, including luxury lifestyle, expensive fashion choice, and perfect appearance. As a result, some audience may feel pressure to keep up with these standards, which can affect their self-esteem and spending habits.
However, social media also have negative effects. One issue is influencer culture. Many consumers trust influencers more than traditional advertisement. When the influencers promote clothing products, audiences may purchase items simply because their favorite influencer recommends them. While influencer marketing increases sales, it can also encourage overspending and unrealistic lifestyle expectation. Another issue is social media addiction. Many users spend hours scrolling through content, which may affect productivity and mental health.
Wow, excellent points. Like I very like all of your opinion. So overall, social media creates stronger communication, marketing opportunities, and customer engagement as well. However, it also introduces challenges such as influencer dependency, social media addiction, and reputation risk. And this, we're gonna move to the on topic two, which is new media and globalization.
Well, thank you for the question once again, Mr. Moderator. So, I think personally, my take on the second question, which is globalization, I think that, like globalization these days doesn't only evolve nationwide, but is worldwide. So, technically, we'll go on the general first, which means that social media these days, it allows us to actually connect with the whole world with whatever that you posted, especially if the video specifically goes FYP. It can reach not just to Brunei or Singapore, it can go up to the States, the United Kingdom, the European countries. So just one click and it will go around, it will spread around the particular world. But in Hijabistahub context, that I will personally say, and I've seen it myself, is technically, although Hijabistahub is our local brand, is our Malaysian brand, I'm proud to say that. I think that the reason why they could actually expand their business, especially to the Southeast Asian countries, people might not really see it as a big achievement. But I think that because of this globalization, we actually made it to put Hijabistahub on the eye of Malaysia. Like, at least people know Hijabistahub existed not only in Malaysia. People know that they can actually purchase throughout Brunei, Singapore. I'm not sure Thailand, but I know Brunei and Singapore, they kind of have like a loyal customers towards it. So I think that is like a very good approach, or a very good relevant examples of globalization in my own specific thoughts and mind, as well as I think that they kind of like demolished all of the geographical barriers. Like, you don't have a stereotypes anymore on a geographical barriers. So I think that's a really good one, especially on the Hijabistahub's approach. So yeah, that's my take on the second question. Thank you.
TikTok is one of the best examples of globalization. A trend that starts in one country can become popular worldwide within a few days. For example, viral sounds, hashtag challenge, beauty tutorials. So Hijabista benefits from these trends by adapting popular TikTok content styles into its on marketing campaigns. This helps the brand remain relevant and visible to younger audience.
Okay, next, another important way social media contribute to globalization is through global influencer culture. In the past, consumers were mainly exposed to local celebrity, media personality. Today, social media allows people to follow influencers from anywhere in the world, regardless of geographical boundaries. For example, many Malaysian consumers follow Korea fashion influencers, beauty creators, and K-pop idol for style inspiration. At the same time, influencers from Malaysia have also gained followers from neighboring countries such as Indonesia, Singapore, and also Brunei. This demonstrates how social media connects audience across different cultures and countries. As a result, fashion trend can spread internationally within a very short period of time. A styling that become popular in South Korea today may be adopted by Malaysian content creator within days through platforms such as TikTok and Instagram. Consumers are constantly exposed to new fashion ideas, beauty trends, and lifestyle from different parts of the world.
Global influencer culture also contributes to globalization. Consumers today follow influencers from different countries. For example, Malaysian consumers follow Korean influencers, Indonesian consumers follow Malaysian fashion creators. Fashion trends spread across borders rapidly. This creates opportunity for brands to collaborate internationally and reach larger audience.
That for me, that was a very important observation that I can hear to all of you. Social media helps connect global audience and creates international opportunities, but we need to remember that brand must ensure they preserve their local identity while participating in global trends. Because why we need to keep our culture and our identity to another country, to another world, which every side of the world. So, for this one, we're gonna proceed with our final topic, which is the differences between countries.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, once again. So I think this is the third topic, right, or the third question, right? Sorry. So technically, well, difference in countries, it depends on how we perceive the media, we perceive the content that we look at. I think specifically Malaysia, we are very keen into festive seasons. If you remember the last time, is the Jodoh Lebaran trend, which was like 3 months back. It was quite something that people actually really look forward to, and everyone's been doing the trend up until the audio being used is 1 million plus. Same goes to Hijabistahub specifically. I'm not gonna point out on any other points where our Malaysian society focuses on social media, but I will point out on specifically Hijabistahub. If you notice, Hijabistahub comes out with a very modest attire, as well as I think the Raya campaigns are very strong, making people really influenced to actually really buy, The clothes may look alike to some certain brands, but if you look at it properly, it's very timeless for you to actually wear. And I think the campaign that they made really reached out to the very right target audience, especially that already have the loyal customers. That's one good thing about Hijabistahub. And their campaign actually strongly connect to Malaysians. So as Malaysians who support Hijabistahub doesn't feel disconnected with them, although every single year they will come out with new collections of their Raya clothing. So that's my opinion on that. Thank you again. I'll pass it back to you.
In contrast, South Korea focuses heavily on beauty trends, K-pop collaborations, highly aesthetic content, and lastly, visual storytelling.
To add on a little bit, so another interesting difference between Malaysia and South Korea is influencer culture. In Malaysia, consumers tend to trust influencers who are relatable and share everyday experience. People often follow influencers who talk about their daily life, fashion choices, family activity, or personal recommendation because they feel more authentic and closer to ordinary consumer. For example, when a Malaysian fashion influencer wear a Hijabistahub outfit and share how they style it for work, university or festive event, followers are more likely to trust that recommendation because they can imagine themselves wearing the same outfit in similar situation. In contrast, South Korean's influencer culture is heavily influenced by celebrity and K-pop idols. Korean consumers are often inspired by famous actors, singers, and entertainment personalities. When a K-pop idol or celebrity endorses a fashion brand, it can immediately influence purchasing decision because fans admire their lifestyle. And appearance. Brands in Korea therefore invest heavily in celebrity partnership and highly polished visual campaign.
Another difference is influencer culture. In Malaysia, consumers often trust relatable influencers who share everyday experiences, while in Korean, celebrities and K-pop idols have a stronger influence on purchasing decisions. This affects how brands design their marketing strategies. For Hijabistahub, collaborations with local influencers and celebrities help build trust among Malaysian consumers.
This comparison clearly shows that social media strategies cannot be applied universally. And also for the local brand must understand their local culture, audience preference and also their language and consumer behavior if you want to succeed in different countries. Because we can take example for the Japanese. Because as we can see that Japanese they barely know an English, so what we can do, we learn their language, we learn their culture, and also we need to learn their behavior of buying product so that we can succeed in their business in and also in their country. So before we conclude and end this podcast, let's evaluate Hijabistahub social media strategy. Shall we?
Well, for the very last one, I don't really have like much to conclude. Anyways, thank you for passing it back to me, Mr. Moderator. But I don't have like any specific critical evaluation on this mini topic. But I think that one major strength that comes from TikTok presence of Hijabistahub is how they engage with all of their, how do I say this, on their, it's not customers, more of their viewers, 1.1 million followers is a lot, and though the high engagement is totally worth it. So I think their brand ambassadors are not only paid a lot, but I think they're really proud to bring out the name of Hijabistahub. So in the crucial part of this, I think they really made it to an extent whereby people recognize it globally at this point of time. So yeah, I think that's my evaluation crisis, criticization for that. Thank you. I'll pass it back to you.
The brand effectively uses TikTok Shop, live selling, influencer collaborations, and user-generated content to increase visibility and sales.
Okay, for my evaluation, despite its success on social media, Hijabistahub also faces several challenges. One of the biggest concerns is its heavy dependence on TikTok as its primary marketing platform. Most of the brand's visibility, engagement, and sales activity are concentrated on TikTok through content creation, live selling, influencer collaboration, and TikTok Shop. While this strategy has been effective in attracting customers, it also creates risks. Social media frequently update their algorithm, which determine how content is shown to users. If TikTok changes its algorithm and reduce the reach of promotional content, Hijabistahub may experience lower engagement, fewer views, and potentially reduce sales. This shows the dangers of relying too heavily on a single platform. Another challenge is the brand's strong focus on seasonal campaign, especially during Hari Raya. This campaign often generate high engagement and strong sales because consumers actively shop for festive clothing during that period. However, this also means that audience interest and purchasing activity may decrease significantly outside the festive season. Okay.
However, the company appears highly dependent on TikTok and seasonal campaigns such as Hari Raya. This may create risks if platform algorithms change or seasonal demand decreases.
In conclusion, that I can get it from all of you, Hijabistahub demonstrated how the new media can successfully build brand awareness, engage audience, and also support business growth. At the same time, our analysis shows that social media present both opportunities and challenges related to globalization, audience behavior, influencer culture, and also digital communication. And thank you for listening to our podcast. And we and before I end it, what's our name? Viral Voice, one day or day one.